Hello, good evening. Today I want to talk about negative influences, negative influences in our lives, and how to wipe them away so that we can have the life that we want. And why is it important? This because if we don't do this, if we don't notice what are the negative influences in our lives and we don't do something about it, we will have the life that other people want. We will have the life that the government wants. We will have the life that the news want. We will have the life based on our environment. So I believe it's important to be bigger than our environment, like Joe Dispenza teaches, and that's why I'm sharing this content. I was born gifted, and then I lost all those gifted. I damaged my health, my physical health, my mental health, my emotional health. But I knew that those gifts, they were still inside of me, and so I did my best to dismantle the things that were covering those gifted. And on the way to do this, to this transformation, I reached back to my gifts, but I also realized that everybody has gifts inside, and they're all covered by all these things. And now what I want to do is share how to uncover those gifts, because I want to live in a world where everybody shines and flourish with their own gifts. So going back to the content, hello Miguel. Going back to the content, why is important to wipe away all these influences? Because like this, we can create the life that we want, not based on what other people want and believe. We know what we want. We know what we believe. We know what we have to do. We just need to keep track and sustain track and not get influenced by all these things, which I call negative, but doesn't mean that they're bad people or bad things. It just means negative in a way that they don't align with what we want. So we want to do the things that align with what we want. So an example is, for example, and these things can be like people, can be food, can be habits, can be information, anything that we absorb, anything that we consume, anything we are exposed to, they have to be aligned with what we want to achieve in our lives. And that's it. And doesn't mean that they are bad and we are good, or we are bad and they're good. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that we need to be aligned with what we want, what coming from within, what the universe wants us to do. We need to align with that. So a story, this is about the food, but can be applied with anything. But when I went to India, I stayed 9 months in India, and I started eating Indian food, which I really, really loved. I really enjoy eating Indian food, and I started eating every day like all the Indians, because I was staying with Indian people, and they were eating, all these delicious things, day in, day out, day in, day out. And then I realized that I didn't, um, I wasn't anymore aligned with what I decided I needed to be eating, which I knew it was fruit, greens, and I wasn't eating them anymore. I was eating for breakfast this dosa, which are the delicious pancakes they eat in the morning in these hotels in India. Very delicious, but very fat, very oily, all the spices. And then at lunch, I would eat rice and chapati, which is bread with all different curries. Again, lots of oil, lots of spices, lots of salt, and very little nutrients. And then I would go to sleep for lunch because I was so full, I would fall asleep, and then I would wake up before dinner. I was like so hungry again. I need to go and eat all again the rice. And so I realized like this, I would end up in troubles. I would end up just eating the things that would come to me, not the things that I know I want to eat and I had to eat. So what I did, I came to this realization that I thought, okay, what is the thing that I need to eat? I know I need to eat fruit. I know I need to eat greens. So what I decided, I would do this. I would do for breakfast, I would only eat fruits. I know that breakfast means fruits. So I would wake up and eat a bunch of fruit, and fine. And then at dinner, I would eat only greens. So I would go to the market there where I was, buy the broccoli, all the greens, all the leafy greens I could find, and then steam them or cook them in any way possible, but only eat that for dinner. So I know that I integrate fruit and greens. And then for lunch, I would eat whatever I want. I would eat the dosa, the rice, the chapati, the curries. I would enjoy myself eating whatever I want. But I knew that I would integrate the fruit and the greens. So the same way I found with everything else. Like for example, there is this game where they ask you to, there is this little ball inside this glass, and they ask you to take out the ball from the glass without touching the glass. And the solution is that you pour the water into the glass, and as you fill up the glass, this ball comes up, at the end it falls off. Another example very similar is when you wash some clothes and you need to, in India I was washing a lot by hand, and you need to rinse them off the soap. What do? You have to add clean water. You add more and more clean water, you rinse more and more, and the soap eventually comes out. The same with the shampoo. You want to rinse your hair, you need to add more and more clean water, so until the soap is gone. The same thing with your influences, the negative influences. You don't need to start avoiding the people you don't like, or the information, or you avoiding the food you don't like. No, it's very hard to do that. What you need to do is to start integrating, fill up your life with the things that you do want. So like comparing with the clean water for the soap. And as you fill up the things you want, there is less and less space for the things you don't want. So this is the solution I found. So how to do is like deciding what is the thing, what is the clean water for you. What does it mean for you, the clean water? What are the foods that you know you want to eat, that they are essential for you to eat? What are the people you want to interact with every day? What are the people that bring you good vibe? What are the information that you need? What are the books, the video you need to watch? What are the things that align with the things you want? You have to decide all these things and then book them, schedule them in your diary during your day, so you fill up your life, your day with these things. Automatically there will be less thing in order to less thing that negative influence your life. So for example, what I do is you hungry, you want to eat something, first decide what is the thing that you know you need to eat that is good for you. Eat that first. When you're hungry, eat that first. Fill up your stomach with those things. Then if you still want to eat something shit, you can, but you will have less space in your stomach for the shit thing, rather than when you're hungry eating directly the thing that you don't like. So oh, hello Adrian, I didn't realize your message. So that's what you need to do right now. Your next step is to stop and put a piece of paper or write on your phone, what are the things that compare to the good things? What are the good things you want to integrate your life? What is the clean water that you need to fill up with in order to let the other things fall off? What are those things? What are the people? What are the food? What are the information? What are your habits? What are the things you want to integrate in your life? Write them all down and then schedule them in. For example, oh, I like to speak to this guy. I want to call him. So tomorrow at 5 o'clock, I will call him. Oh, this habit, doing yoga every day, this is what I want to integrate in my life. Okay, so tomorrow at 7 a.m., I will do this. I will put my alarm at 7 and do this. So you need to do these things. And you need to schedule them right now. And if you're driving or if you're doing something else, just schedule right now the moment that you're going to write these things down. Put on your phone, 5 p.m. or 9 p.m., whatever, I'm going to sit down for 10 minutes. I'm going to write down all these things. I want to start booking them in and integrating them in my life. So I can start living a life that I want, that is not based on what is coming from outside. And it means that I don't have to say no to people, start avoiding people, start fighting with myself because I don't want to eat this or that. No, much easier, book things in that are good for you. Fill them up. Fill up the glass with the good water, with the clean water, and you will see falling off all the negative things in your life. That's my message for today. I'm just going to reply to this message. Adrian, how are you, bro? Good idea. You think it is better than avoiding people you do not want to meet? Yes. I mean, you also, if you want, you can avoid people. You know, you don't have to be forced. But sometimes, you know, there are family members, you know, there are people, co-workers, there are people you cannot just avoid. But what you can do is to give more time to people that you do want to be with. So if you have an appointment, if you're going out with somebody you like, automatically you're not gonna meet the other people. You're not gonna, if you're calling at the phone with somebody you like, the people who don't like, they cannot call you. So it's mathematic. This is what I would say. Don't go against nature, against the things, just try to feed in the good rather than go against the bad. Fill up with the good rather than go against the bad. Fill up with the people that you want to meet rather than try to avoid those that you don't want to meet. Just that. That's my message for today. Thank you very much for the attention. Thank you very much for the interaction. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Ciao.